Welcome back to Watching with Styles. I apologize for yesterday. I hope we have a better go at it today. So I'm going to finish this first half, then I'm going to start over and do the second half. I hope everybody's okay with that. So let's finish on what we have, all right? 2nd and 8. Again, I don't understand why Horsey gave up the outside. And I don't understand why we did the protection to the right. Now, here's the deal sometimes. We see it all the time. Quarterback gets under duress, and he's able to make this guy miss sometimes. I think Will is that athlete. I think he gets, I'm going to say it again, I think he gets locked down on the receiver more than locked down on the defense and what they're doing. Now, this is a touchdown. And here's the problem with people who love running, being aggressive on defense, and some people call it soft. We play soft defense. When you play this way, you are susceptible to the big play. You're going to make big plays, but you are ultimately susceptible to the big play. We don't normally give up big plays. The reason why we don't is because we don't put our defensive backs in this situation where we are mano a mano with no help. With no help. Against a good receiving team, that's hard. This guy doesn't play it that poorly. He just has nobody to help him when he makes a mistake. Now, Will, in my opinion, wants to throw here. And I'm not sure why he doesn't. Does he pick up this defensive lineman dropping off in coverage? Or does he see something else? Because he wants to throw that, and that defensive lineman can't get there. And that corner is not there to knock it down. Where to stay in the pocket, it's an advantage when you got arm strength that can throw off of platforms that most guys can't and get it there in a hurry. So they got zero coverage. Now, he wants to throw it here. He hitches to throw it there. I wonder why he does it. Or unless that's the hitch on purpose. Now, this guy is actually responsible for the tight end. But we call it green dog. When a tight end blocks, and Northern Illinois is very disciplined. He comes anyway. And this guy on Northern Illinois, since that guy blocks him, he has to lock on to him. He doesn't go out. Great patience, bad feet. But when you got that kind of arm talent, it doesn't matter. And it's off to the races because there's nobody behind him. DB doesn't play it poorly. This is a tough route to defend when you're man-to-man. You got to accept that fate. Now, the only thing he could have done, instead of opening back up, he could have speed burst, and that would have put him over the top to maybe be able to make that tackle. That's it, man. That's tough. You asking your DBs, and that's probably a safety, a lot. That's a lot on this plate. Defense got to stone him now. You got to stone him. We were, and I said this yesterday, we were not very disciplined defensively. Not in our gaps, running around gaps, not trusting the guy next to us to do his job and trying to do our job in his job. Like Ripka here, he cannot get pushed back that far. He's trying to fight back in, but now we get seal, and there's a little gap there. We cannot let this happen this week. We will get shredded. 3rd and 5 isn't a great down for a defensive coordinator. Again, USM Cat fan. I watched this film. We ran a lot of games. We were slanting and then twisting, and pulling Dion around. Dion can't do what he does right here. Let me zoom in to show you. He can't do this. We run a twist. Dion can't swim that center. This right here is his gap. That's his pass rush lane. Watch what happens. He swims and doesn't get in that gap, and that lineman blocks him. I shouldn't say block him, he gets in the way. But it opens up. It opens up that rush lane, that run lane for that escape valve for the quarterback. And guess what he does? He goes right there. Dion can't get caught inside like that. He just can't swim. That's one you just can't swim. So on 3rd and 5, we can't get off the field. Gotta be able to get off the field on 3rd and really 6 and over, but 3rd and 5 and over, we should be able to get off the field. This is what I want to show you when a guy does his job and doesn't try to do somebody else's. He has contained. Watch. That ball is more like a is it a power? That ball is trying to get up in here. He widens out. He doesn't come across all the way. He squeezes on this guy here. So the quarterback can't bounce it outside. See that? That's good work, man. No game. Now we won 1st down for a change. Now it's time for us to get off the field. Win on 2nd, we can get off the field. That's another blitz for you, USM. We were not as vanilla as some would have thought. And I didn't think we blitzed this much. But this is a delayed blitz by by Square. Almost get there. And that's too much. Now the thing about it is when you blitz, this is the good and bad about blitzing. That's actually a Fari. Man, I'm Fari and Jones. When you blitz 2, you lose a zone. Even though they playing zone behind it, it's a zone blitz. Guess whose zone is right here? And guess whose zone is right there? The 2 guys who blitz. You just vacated 2 zones underneath. And the quarterback hits it where those guys are gone. This guy here, man, is a thumper and more of a thumper than I thought he would be. Jordan Lovett had 11 or 12 interceptions in high school his junior year. I thought he would be trying to do that. But look at this guy feel his fit. He did this, I think, early in the game. His fit and coming downhill is really nice. The other thing about it is watch his stride length. Let me see if I can get a good. Watch his stride length from the start. Trying to close ground. Look how big his strides are. Trying to close ground. When he gets closer, watch his stride length get shorter. See that one? And then that one? Dude, that is a safety meeting a running back in the hole. That's the line of scrimmage right here. That's a pretty damn good hit. Damn. That's not the first time he's done it either. That's good fit. Now, I don't know if that's Childress. When you have a guy, oh, don't do it to me. Gonna do it to me, guys. Ugh. I know this is what Childress' really first game of getting ton of action. He played decently. And coming from where he came from in the play and our new system, he's adapted pretty well. And no one is perfect. You're asking a lot from a guy to come in new and to be perfect. I'm going to start here. I can't remember what time was left on it. It's not more than 2 minutes. But he played pretty well. But this is the second and 9. We didn't get off the field. I just play it through. But when you fit in football, you don't. I tell my guys, once you know what your job is, you also got to know what the guy next to you job is. Because right here, he fit like he had contained. The reason why I say that, this guy has contained, right? So you want to actually you want to make the running back bounce to him. So you don't want to go for this shoulder. You want to actually go for this shoulder. Especially when you see him have pretty good leverage on contain. See how he went outside? He needs to squeeze that gap a little bit better. Go for, he's on the outside shoulder. Either go for his sternum or go for this side. Fits are so important on defense, and understanding how to fit is really important. This is a great job by Afari, but a little scary. Because here's the thing. He has contained. If he pulls that thing, it goes outside, that's on him. But as I tell Coach, you can't, a playmaker, let him make plays. Coach him when he does it wrong. And tell him what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to have. But if you can make a play, make a play. Damn, that's too much. That's also a good play call. Oh. This is, remember I was saying earlier how these guys, these linebackers were coming downhill? We got them. We got them. Look at the space between those guys and the safeties. You got to make that catch. Now, here's the deal. We call a timeout. We get the ball, 10-yard line, and you try to hit him on the first play. If we hit him on the first play with that pass, we probably continue the pass. Since we didn't hit it, now we are subjected to run to milk this clock out. Because now the chances of moving the ball in field goal range is tougher. Now we just got to protect the ball. Oh. Man. That's not good. They hit us. I'm going to say we're in quarters, cover 4. And the reason why I say that is I see a Afari trying to get to the flat and Square trying to get to the flat. And if they run a rail, he has to carry it. The corner, to me, has to do a better job, but he's getting pushed. But right now, he needs to be able to retrace to that. He needs to be better at that. Because if it's playing quarters, they have a number 3. Yeah, that's tough. I take that back. Yeah, Wright doesn't have much wiggle at all. Wright's wiggle is minimum. But I mean, C-Rod and Benny doesn't have much wiggle either. So we should be accustomed to guys with no wiggle. That's nothing new for us. So the this is what I would say about Wright. We might have expected too much out of the kid. He's what? This is second year in the program. I think we redshirted him. So are we expecting too much out of him? Maybe. We might be expecting too much out of him because trying to figure out where we at. We might be expecting too much out of the kid. He's a good player. He's not a great player. And this is the tough part. We saw him flash in Louisville game. Well, shit, a lot of people flash, and those people flash against the starters. He flashed against the backups. It's like the first week when we put Goodwin in and he pancaked the defensive end. Remember, that was a defensive end. That was a backup. That's a great play. I'm going to tell you, Northern Illinois dialed up some great plays at great times. They really did. They dialed up some really good plays. Like right here, they creating leverage issues off jump. They're creating a leverage issue because they run a lot of this flood with this guy coming to flat. And it's hard to locate him on this side of formation when he comes across. It's just very difficult. So now by the time you recognize him, you're out leveraged, and now he gets 8 yards. Difficult. That's a way to get him down. Nothing there. When people handle their job, I think this is right. He doesn't try to crash the party. He maintains his leverage. Oh, that's a far. That's even better. That's great work right there. Now remember, when I said when you play man, I think this was the first score. And they ran these beaters, this flood, quick flood. Oops. And we had issues with it. When you're playing man, if we was playing man, these two guys could screen the guy who was guarding this guy. When you're playing zone, they have no shot. So we stayed in zone, and it's perfect. You can't play it any better except maintain and contain by the defensive end. Other than that, that's the advantage. If this is man, which I think it is, bad eye discipline. I'm pretty sure, and I cut this up. I'm pretty sure that's this guy. Safety has the tight end. He's got bad eye discipline. He's got bad eye discipline. You cannot have bad eye discipline on a goal line. That's not Childress' job. That's probably a linebacker's job that's supposed to come out of coverage and try to contain that quarterback if the defensive end can't. That's just bad eye discipline. Oh, it's a blitz. Far as gotta be there. Here's the deal. That's what happened earlier. You're not going to make the play all the way on this side of the ball. You got to protect yourself from reverses, and they got us. So mess up here, eye discipline, eye discipline. Simple as that. All right, that's the end of the first half. I'm a outro, then I'm going to start another, and we're going to do the second half so I can keep this thing documented halfway decent. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.